I'm simulcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope, all at Tiffany TLC Music, or broadcasting all my own music, mostly modern American folk. It'll take me a second to be able to see who is hopping on where. Oopsie, sorry for the feedback there. And let me also get the chat window open. Hi, Maurice. Open a new window. Oh, Molly, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. How are you? Hi, Puffda Dragon. How are you doing? Did you see my broadcast title? Sorry, I'm sure you're, well, let me open in browser. I don't have the chat open. So my son is going to bring our puppy in soon. It's been a little hard. We're a little tired. Hi, Trevor. How are you? We're going to meet the puppy briefly, and I'm just going to do a couple songs because guess what? We're all sleep deprived. Hi. We had a really rough night. Oh, that's good. I'm glad, Molly. Hi, Madame too. Hey, Bolo. Puppy! You know, it's funny just talking about, I'm like being on here. I'm so happy to be on here that I'm a little more. So this is the picture of him. He's so much cuter in real life. It's a lot of work though. My son was like, ooh, maybe if we'd gotten one a couple months older. He was in tears this morning saying, like, for the love of God, can someone please wake up? He had been up since 4 a.m. Georgie! Oh my gosh. Our favorite parts are that he loves running around. He chases us in the yard. Molly, I'm not sure if you saw my Facebook post of the video of my son Elliot with his dog. It's pretty much effectively all of ours. But 5 or 6 years old is like the ideal. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. You know, we're trying to look on the bright side, which is that we're going to have a huge influence on his personality. Hi, Captain. Welcome. I've seen you on Claire's broadcast before. We're going to meet a puppy here, I think. My son is going to come. Elliot? He's going to come in. You're going to get to meet my son, too. He's a little probably not camera ready. We are all a little disheveled. It probably right now thinking, oh, well, you know, my son was reading about just how badly they can chew, and so he's not one of those guys that, like, when you put your hand to even pet him, he bites. So we're very relieved about that. You know, he's not, but I think, you know, he's definitely just, we're all, you know, PJs and bedheads around here. With COVID, I don't know how to remind him to come. I don't know what's holding him up because he was going to come right in. Let me see if I can stretch my cords over. Let's see. Oh shoot. No, I don't think I can. Darn. Elliot, come on. The people are waiting. Okay, this is my son and
this is George. I don't know where.
How can you see? Let's see. Okay, why don't we move this? See if you.
There's George.
Georgie. It's not very bright, huh? Let's see if I can point the. Oh boy, that's really bright. That's too bright. Remember the big ice cubes? Oh yeah, the ice cubes to help him with teething.
Oh, that's interesting.
So he's pretty sleepy right now.
He almost fell asleep in my arms outside the door.
Look at this redhead. This one. And this one's pretty red too, but a little. Oh, he is soggy.
Yeah, he is very soggy.
He is very soggy. Hi, George. Hi, George. Hi,
Don't
George.
get him too awake.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work getting him. So this is Molly.
I'm tired.
They're the one that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Is the pet.
So on the phone, that's where you see all the chat.
Yeah, see all that, and then stuff comes down here.
Okay.
Molly's reminding me about chewing on big ice cubes.
Yeah.
That's keep him awake so you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Well, that was part of our problem was we think he's used to going to sleep at like 9 probably, and we didn't get to bed till midnight last night, so he kept sogging out. We were like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So he had all his sleep in.
That's true. I didn't really.
Hi,
Oh,
George.
hi.
There's a little activity. I wish you could see him. It's so dark. It's
Yeah.
very dark in here. Hi, George.
I kind of had in mind that
George.
he would be asleep like a couple hours ago so that I could get some stuff done, but
Nah.
that's not happening, I don't think. If he is going to be asleep, it's going to be while we
Aw.
make and eat dinner, which would be nice for us, but also sad when he wakes up and is all active right before bed.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh. All right.
Where's he going?
That's puppy.
Okay.
Have a good sleep, or not too long though. Don't
Yeah,
sleep
hopefully not too long.
Okay.
The
there's
TV will
George.
probably
He's
wake
so
him up
cute,
anyway.
Molly says. He is very cute. All right. Thanks, hon. So, I know, isn't that cute? It's honestly, he was just Elliot, my son, was in tears this morning. It was just so, I know, so cute. He's really tired now, but man, he just, there's a couple things we didn't expect. He's really missing his siblings, I think. And we had a mirror out, and he came up to the mirror. Oh, he's so excited. Another dog's wagging his tail. And it was like, he realized soon it wasn't. And I thought, oh, it was so sad. And we've been with him constantly. We've never not been with him doing something, either playing or sleeping with him or something. So there's nothing more we can do except maybe adopt a bunch more dogs. All of his siblings, maybe. So we're tired. Honestly, I was not sure I could even make it on. I'm sorry I didn't make it on yesterday, but there was no way. It's like getting a new baby, which is why the 2 songs I want to sing, one of them is A Willow in the Wind, because that was about so that's about doing difficult things that are either good or maybe you didn't want them to happen, but you want to be flexible during them. And I have my big example is parenting. In fact, I even sang part of this to my son last night. You know, because he was like, I think this is too big. He'll forget in a couple days. Yes. Well, we've been sleeping with them, but I think you're right. So it's cute because because we're not the same shape, obviously, and able to stack, because they would stack like bricks, you know, on each other, the siblings. And what he does on our couch, kittens like them. Yeah, our cat, that's the other thing. Our full-grown cat has not exactly been welcoming. We've managed their interactions vigilantly, so there's no violence that's occurred, but it's a little sad to have the only other animal in the house not really think he's all that special. But my husband's making a point of giving the cat tons of attention so that hopefully he won't feel so threatened. Hi, William. How are you doing there on Facebook? We're just having a quick broadcast today. We just met our new puppy. I just showed our new puppy, so check out the replay if you want to meet George. Anyway, there's so much more I could say, but it's been a bit sobering. Nothing really prepares you for parenthood, and perhaps nothing really prepares you for taking in a puppy. Yeah, my son was like, he had kind of hit the wall last night. Like, I don't know if I can do this, you know. And I was like, uh-oh. But he's, you know, he just needs some empathy, and it's hard when you have no sleep. Thank you, William. So let's do Willow in the Wind. Does anybody else need some flexibility? Hi, Hammond guy. So I'm sorry I'm not able to see, and I don't think I can really take the time. Well, it's funny you say that. So we did, and here's why, Molly, because we really had to. The cat's food bowl was in a spot that the dog would have just eaten up. But we put him on a nice little shelf, and we think he'll be better. I'm so sad to hear that might be a problem. But he seems okay with that. But we're trying to have Patrick, who's the main cat lover guy, heap attention on him. The other problem is the cat likes the puppy's food, so we bought a bunch of baby gates, and Anyway, I'm half asleep. We had to. Unfortunately, we had to. There was no. It's like a central location, totally accessible to the puppy. He would have just mowed it down. Anyway, so let's do this, and hopefully I won't crack open with, I'm so tired. I couldn't sleep because he couldn't sleep, my son. Cats can be somewhat flexible. Yeah, and I think, my hunch is that if he gets consistent, same level or higher attention from his main man, my husband, that he will, after a while, not associate the dog with any threat, and then he'll have to make a separate decision about whether he likes the dog or what kind of relationship he wants to have with the dog. But it won't be like an existential threat to him, because I think right now he's prepared for that. Like, oh, am I being replaced? Let's see. How is everyone else doing? Trevor, how are you doing? If you feel like sharing. Hi, the aesthetic creation. When my baby first latched on, excuse me, something in my throat. Ouch. Little crumb. When my baby first latched on, I knew right then and there my old life was gone. No time left to prepare. I panicked a bit at first, trying to make the job seem small, but I couldn't deny for long. My baby needed my all. I was gonna be needed like never before. No control over when or how. When I was needed, I'd be needed right now. And so I wanna be, I long to be, let me be. Oh, hello in the wind, welcoming, adapting, accepting. Oh, hello in the wind. Years later I can see babies no more be not just a bad idea, but becoming an impossibility. Along the way, lost at sea, not just emotionally, random days and with pain, nearly driving me insane. Something in me is breaking, ending like never before. No control over when or how. When he goes and I go right now. And so I wanna be, I long to be, let me be. Oh, hello in the wind, welcoming, adapting, accepting. Oh, hello in the wind. When my daddy passed away, I wasn't by his side. The nurse said, don't come yet, and said that he'd be fine. I know he wanted to go, I know he wanted to go, I know he loved me so. I know we wouldn't have seen eye to eye, even with more time. But death had taken my daddy before we could even try again. No control over when or how. When he goes, when we go right now. And so I wanna be, long to be, let me be. Oh, hello in the wind, welcoming, adapting, accepting. Oh, hello in the wind. There's a time to mourn what's lost, to struggle with what's changed, for tears and pain and more. But at the end of the day, for things I cannot change, or wouldn't even if I could, for things times it can be hard, whether or not they are good. I wanna dance with what comes, dance like never before, with what I've lost and what I've gained, with what will never be the same. Yeah, I wanna be, I long to be, let me be a willow in the wind, welcoming, adapting, accepting, a willow in the wind, whether in parenting or raging or any such thing, a willow in the wind. Yeah, I wanna be, I long to be, let me be a willow in the wind. That's exactly on point for my situation right now. I want to be flexible. It kind of taught me or reminded me of how hard being a new parent is. Neither of you two, Trevor or Molly, have been parents yet, right? Am I right about that? I am making some extrapolative assumptions that might be unwarranted. I'm totally actually really, I don't know, I have very thin evidence to base that assumption on, I guess. But it is, you would never want to trade it in. It's like, it's like, for me, it's been, I would say, the most meaningful, it's an important thing in my life. But it is huge, especially if you truly endeavor to meet the deep-seated emotional needs, not just the physical needs, the emotional needs. Whew. It's win-win to do so, but it's also just extremely exhausting. And in this society where everybody is kind of on their own in this capitalist system that we live in, it's stressful to suddenly feel like you can't think straight because you have no sleep, you're sleep deprived, you have this if you're breastfeeding, you have this person stuck to your body that needs you specifically on demand for years or, a chunk of time. And it's very, it can lead to anxiety because your heart and soul is taken up. Oh, 2 years. Oh my. I know you had that babysitting thing for maybe 2 weeks or something, or 2 days, but ooh, wow, that's huge. That's honestly, I think that depending on the child can be harder in some ways because the two things I had with doing attachment parenting were child-led weaning, and we did co-sleeping. So it was we never had tantrums. We never had, everybody was happy. We were exhausted, but I got to where I could nurse in my sleep, so it wasn't a big deal. But it was very, it's still being there 100% is just, you're fully absorbed. It's not that it's not positive, but you're fully absorbed. And so it reminds me a lot, empathizing with my son. We got a baby gate. It's just it's really bizarre deja vu. And it made me think, golly, I really want to make sure when my kids have kids, he was clingy. Yeah, I'll bet. I don't know the backstory, but any situation where he wasn't with his parents of origin starting at 2 or 3 years would be, for whatever the reason, especially let alone if there was trauma. Yeah. And also, that's clingy is better, I guess, than throwing stuff around the room. When little guys aren't happy, when their needs aren't met, and some of them you can't fix. That was the painful thing about this puppy is we can't be his siblings. And it's painful to accept when you can't really meet the need fully because you can't be the kid's mom, or you can't be in that case, or you can't make up for whatever happened there. But at the same time, you wouldn't You wouldn't want to not do a lot of these things. Like they're some of the more meaningful connections in life. But anyway, it made me think, gosh, I feel a little nervous about becoming a grandparent. I'm excited, but there's no sign on the rise of it. I started being a mom kind of late, 30 and 34 or 5, when I had my second, and so I gotta stay real. But I'm just like, I have to say, I'm like really happy I'm not the one like fully up at night, although I am, because we all still sleep in the same room. We have this huge couple beds, so I'm kind of co-parenting this puppy, but I'm not the main frontline worker, so to speak. But it did make me realize, like, oh God, one of the people I called for the political calling, Molly, I'm not sure if you've been doing calling, but I think you were doing texting. I know you were doing texting, but anyway, I started doing calling, and this guy said, oh, things aren't going well, blah, blah, blah. He was at his sister's house. His sister has 9 grandkids that she's primary caregiver for, and they were all screaming in the background. She was doing supervised home learning for all of them. And I just thought, wow, if I really, calling too, yay. Maybe you told me that. I'm sorry if I forgot. Isn't it great? I feel so effective calling. I called a couple times today, even notwithstanding my state. Yeah. I mean, it's really one of those things where it's like, you really are evolved to have the physical stamina to do intensive parenting, until your eggs start to go bad. So like your 30s, maybe at most through your 40s, but like to be the primary caregiver again when you're 60 or 70 or something, God. I just don't know if you could. I was exhausted, just even though I work out every day, but like the only thing George wanted to do, and the only thing he can't catch a ball yet. So on our backyard, we would just run. He wanted us to run. He wanted to chase us back and forth across the backyard. So we would take turns doing that. Just like, with no sleep, so tired. It's a lot of physical labor. Hi, Romeo, Julia. There are a lot of people on Periscope. I hope you enjoy the music that I'm not really doing much of. Check out my replays. I'm not doing much today because we did a thanks for inviting. We did a puppy introduction, and I'm just doing a couple songs. I just could not introduce our new puppy, but you'll have to see the replay to see. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Was that planned? You don't have to, that's too much to talk about on here. Wow. I kind of almost did that with my niece. She was over here all the time. But that ended up, she's actually with her dad now. And it was never a formal thing, but it was like, sometimes things aren't going well or whatever, and there's sort of a semi, like a kid's over at somebody's house a lot, for some reason. But I hope that was positive. I hope that was good for you, like a good thing. And, all aspects. I think if it happens at a young enough age, it doesn't necessarily have to be too traumatic. Hi, just a hot girl too. It's your first day on Periscope. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to anyone who is new. I hope you enjoy the music, although you're not getting too much of it today because you got to meet a puppy. I will show the picture of the puppy for those that missed him in person. This is actually a lot easier to see him with this picture. Oh, he's so cute. He's such a cutie, so sweet. He's a golden doodle puppy. His name is George. And he's tired us all out in 24 hours. We're all exhausted. Seriously. But I was just thinking of Train would be the final one. Just a quick little song. You're welcome. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh my goodness. He's so cute. Isn't he cute? Oh, Molly. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. My God. That's heartbreaking. You must trip out on my parenting song then. Woo woo. Oh, the train song. Yeah. because that song is about empathizing with, because my thought was how heartbreaking for you, but I also thought, oh my God, how heartbreaking for your mom to lose one of her daughters and then have the other, like to have that combined that way. Of course, yeah, wow, that's so heartbreaking all the way around. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I think you've told me you've had to do different therapy and things like that, which is great. It's so hard not to take those things personally that happen in our childhood. No tripping out. I had my family. You had no tripping out. You had your family. That's great. Oh, good. That's great. Yay. Sounds like probably from early on they kind of adopted you. I'm so sorry though still. Wow. Oh, God. It kind of emphasizes my point that parenting is just it's a top to bottom endeavor, and it takes a lot of internal and external resources to be able to like really do it. That's good. I'm glad. I think it's so important to not take, it's like, if you think about it, we could have been born to anyone, and if you could just pick a random person off the street, like a Trump versus a Biden, let's say, as your dad, and like all the biases he has that's great. So you call her mom, so don't even really, that's great. I'm so glad you had that. Anyway, I'm listening. I can't even keep my train of thought because I'm so tired. So we're just gonna do train, if I can get through it. They say inadequate sleep can be equivalent to like DUI level intoxicated. No, grandma, just your mom. I gotcha. She was your mom. She became your mom. Gotcha. Woo woo. Let's see if I can get on this here train and try to take it out of town. All right, let's do this. Oh, wait a minute, what's happening? Hi, Trevor. Didn't you already say hi to me? You're not just saying hi, are you? I thought you said hi already. Didn't you? But hi. All right, let's do this. Oh, here we go. So this is a little kids train song. It's gonna take me out to sleep. Train, train, woo woo, chugga chugga chugga, train, train, woo woo, chugga chug. I see her train, it's going down the tracks. I should get one. I'm afraid that it won't come back. Train, train, woo woo, chugga chugga chugga, train, train, woo woo, chugga chug. It's going farther than my eyes can see. It's too far gone. Choo choo. Oh no, woo woo. Now I'm just left here singing this song. Train, train, woo, chug, 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 train, train, woo, chug, chug, train, train, woo, chug, 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 train, train, woo, chug, chug. Oops. Oh, I am just delirious, but I'm so glad I managed to hobble on. Oh, wish us better luck. I think it's gonna get significantly better. The other thing is we were trying to train him for our inside nighttime potty training box thing. I think we've had a total of 2 accidents inside so far out of like 20 pees and poos. He pees and poos a lot. That's pretty good. All right. Woo woo. Thanks, Molly. Thanks, Trevor. Thanks all for being with me. The chat's doing weird things. I don't know why. All right. All my tabs crashed. Cool. All right. Bye, everyone. Take care. Oh, it looks like the chat's fine on there. Weird. Hope you have a good one. I come on most weekdays between like 5:15 and 6 p.m. Pacific time, but often I'm late. And most weekdays, if I don't make it on tomorrow, maybe it's because our sleep was actually worse, but I will try. Thank you. Sorry I missed yesterday and it was so short. Thanks for being with me. One last peek at the puppy for those who did not. Oh yeah, the chat, you can see it's all blacked out. Isn't that weird? I can't drag my puppy over. Seriously? All right, everything's frozen. We'll count our blessings that we got through this. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.